I don't know, the whole like decide the title in one day thing is, I'm super skeptical on it. I don't think it's like very logical, and it's not the way our sport's been written in the history books. It's someone who surfs good all the way through a year at different conditions, and I don't really see what's wrong with it.
Don't get me started on this.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's hear it. I want to hear your point of view, because if someone wins 5 events, how are they not the best surfer in the world?
Yeah, that's sort of from your point of view as a surfer who does the tour. And so I'm coming from someone who doesn't obviously surf in the world tour, but from someone watching an event, when it does organically happen that you come down to the last day of pipe and it's in good waves and there's a world title decided, it is the greatest show on earth. It's just incredible viewing. And then you just got to hope the planets align that that's going to happen every year. And it happens. It happened last year.
Never. It happens never.
But, and surf contests aren't that exciting. They take forever. And sometimes there's a good matchup that you want to see. But this means that every year there will be a guaranteed day of surfing that you cannot miss. And if you have the top 4, 5, 6 surfers coming together, men and women's, and there's a proper waiting period and it's in really good waves, that will be astonishing viewing. And for someone,
but do you actually think that, or do you like, because I don't really see like people in the Midwest really caring about surfing. Like it's like me or my friends, or even my friends that don't surf, caring about like dirt biking or something. Like I don't care, because I never grew up dirt biking.
Yeah, I can't speak for the Midwest audience, because when you start talking like that, I feel like when try to be all things to all people, you dumb things down. But sorry, go on.
Yeah, that makes sense. But that's what they're doing it, right? They're doing it for like money and viewers and whatever, Instagram live videos.
Yeah, well, from a business standpoint, it's the smartest thing you could do, because we run events and they're at a smaller scale.
But is it fair? It's not fair.
Absolutely, it's fair.
No, it's not. It's not fair. It's not the best surfer in the world.
It is, though, because it comes down to that final day and they have to turn it on. I guarantee you that. So in 2016, 2019, you would have made the finals day, right?
Yeah.
Like the nerves and what you would have to overcome to win that world title on that day would make you a world champ.
Yeah, I know, but you could argue that it favors me, because I technically, which I've never done, won an event. I wouldn't have to win an event except for one, and I could win the world title.
Well, you would have to beat the best guys in the world. No, but I'm saying that day.
All year round, I wouldn't have to win an event, and then I could just win that one day and win the title. So you could say it favors me, but I just don't think it's fair.
What do you think, Mick?
It's a double-edged sword. There is that thought of, the best surfer in all conditions throughout the year, the most consistent surfer throughout the year should be the world champion. And then, there's been times where it comes down to the last event and it's like, all right, let's go. Like I know when I've been in world titles, I'd love to have just gone straight up against the guy that I'm competing against for that world title, which would have been crazy exciting, because win or lose, you're like, well, I lost to the world champion, where we were like, competing against wild cards. We're competing against guys that, trying to save their year on tour and stuff. And it's just too many people to go through to get to that one, get to that one guy. So I see both sides being really exciting. The one thing that sort of scares me with this last day is, are people going to start pulling out events or coasting through those last couple of events? Oh, I'm already in the top 5. I don't want to get injured. I want to go home. I want to go and get ready for this event. So it's a real tough one.
But you would have to think and sorry for interrupting. You'd have to think that they would have come up with some kind of seeding, or there'd be something to get around that. So you go in as a higher seed, and that could be more beneficial on that day.
Oh yeah, look, I think the way that they run the final day, your higher seeding is definitely going to benefit you. I think it's from what we spoke about back in 2000, I think it was 16 or 17. They got us together and they ran this idea past us, and it was 5v4, and then the winner of that goes against third, and then the winner of that heat goes against second, and then the winner of that heat goes against the first one, and that's the best of three final. So the guy who wins the ratings at the end of the official season, he only has to win 2 heats, where everyone else has to win like 3 or 4 or 5 heats. But look, I really like the idea of the condensed season.
I love all the other new stuff. It's just, the title stuff is.
But as a viewer, there could be nothing more exciting than that final day, because you
100%.
guarantee the best guys in the best waves. They tell me you're going to have anything else going on that day.
Even when the waves are pumping, there's still slow heats, like
definitely,
or the wind goes on.
A slow heat doesn't matter if something with such gravitas is on the line, which is the world title.
I think for a fan and a viewer, it doesn't. When you're in that heat,
true.
Right, there's going to be some broken boards, some broken knuckles.
Yeah, well,
some broken dreams. Yes.
Yeah, so a lot of broken dreams. But
yeah, I could understand the viewer point of view, but it doesn't seem fair to me.
Yeah, because I think if I was where you were in my career, brother, I would have been against it too. When I first heard it, I was like, do I stay on tour for a little bit longer if this is going to happen? Like, it sounded really exciting to me.
Yeah, well, I think people behind the strings or behind the scenes are like, it's just
he's off it. That's fine. Look, I think
it doesn't make sense, because I don't want to say what I'm going to say. I'll just shut up.
It's just us here. It's just us. Come on.
Look,
what's he trying to say, Mick? What's he going to say? Because I want to get to the bottom of this.
It's definitely something that, it's definitely fearful, because what happens if he goes on an absolute tear and just goes and wins the end of the rating season? Then it's like, oh shit. Then I've got to surf one more day to actually win the actual title. It's like,
well, no, what I'm saying is what Mick said. He said he would stay on tour for a lot longer or longer, because he could be in the top 6, and then they run it at Lance's right or some tube riding event where you can be 65 and win that day.
Pat O'Connell is far smarter than to just go and have some crazy benefit for one surfer, and he's the one who would have devised this. There's just no way they're going to go and run an event in the middle of the night in Indonesia. So you have to wake up it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think you're more focused on the wave sort of thing. I guess when it was pipeline and pumping backdoor, everyone was like, Julian's got this. Where Gabe just turned it on. That's just the way it is. And, I think once you get down to that day, the intenseness it's crazy. Like being in that situation where you have to perform to go and win that world title. I think you'll have a different appreciation for it. It's really, really exciting. And you put everything on the line and you've got to be ready that day. There's so much build up that goes around, which is super, super exciting. That's why I would have stayed on tour for longer if it came in earlier. But
not because you could finish 6th and still win the title at
no. I'd love to just be in that
situation or whatever.
I would love to be in that situation
until you're like, yeah.
And it wouldn't have been
you could just win bells in France every year for like 10 more years, and then get in the top 6 and win the title.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that. I love the condensedness of the title, but it was more just being in that final day. Being in that final day there's nothing like it. Like the intenseness that goes around it. Like people might only see what happens on the beach, but the build up to it, the preparation from when you leave Portugal to get Hawaii, and that final day, it's just oh, it's like, people have been watching the Michael Jordan doco. The build up to that final is just, there's nothing like it. It's incredible. That's what would excite me about it. Like, I think if you look at the wave, I don't think that matters. If you're the best surfer, you should be able to win in any conditions.
Even Lamar.
When you look at it through a microscope, or we look through it under a microscope, it would make sense that the final of the World Surf League based in the United States would have something that lands in the US for the final. And the most consistent and best wave in the US, mainland US, is in Lamar. And, well, it is. And you have to agree with me on that.
Might be watching that final.
And so, obviously, the sentiment is that no one really wants to, like, it's an event you guys have to do, but it's not one that many people love besides Blakey and Gabe.
Gabe, yeah.
Yeah. The biggest loss of the World Tour has been lowers. So it would feel as if that's where the final event would be. Mainland US, that's where the sponsors are going to be. Because you go do something in Indonesia, then your US audience is going to be asleep when it's on. And that's where the most valuable audience is. That's where the league is based. It kind of makes it. Oh, it is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Sounds weird.
But what he's trying to say is that, is the final going to be at Trestles? Just spit it out, Sam. Come on.
Oh, I haven't heard that at all. I don't know.
Yeah, because if you look at it objectively, there's no other wave it could be. You need something that has lefts and rights. No one's really has, like, it doesn't play to anyone's advantage, lowers, really, I don't think.
No. Oh, it depends.
I don't think it's like gnarly enough to be like imagine they had it like 10-foot chopes. That would be like day of days, right? But they couldn't.
I just think
or like 6 to 8 foot pipe, 6 to 10-foot pipe.
I think pipe is a really good place to have a world title decider, but I think lowers will provide something completely different. We haven't had it like that. The pipe's been there for however many years as a decider. I think the model is ready for an evolution, and I think it's a gigantic leap forward in the right direction. Like, there's no way you'll miss that. If you surf, there's no way you'll miss that day of competition. It was like that day, Mick, when you came up against Gabe and Adriano. Everyone got up in Australia. Everyone got up at 4 a.m, and it was the most extraordinary show you'd ever seen. Obviously, it didn't go the way for you that everyone thought it was going to go, but I think if you were guaranteed that day every year, it will just be the pinnacle of surfing to watch. Yeah.
I got up at 2 a.m. this year to watch the world title go down.
Yeah.
it was
and
nuts.
You get people around. It's like a coffee party. If they can engineer that to happen every year, it's so much better than that organically happening every 7 or 9 or 11 years.
Yeah, but I also see the reservations from the other side,
For sure.
And I understand that, but yeah, I think as a young guy on tour, it's like I'm having a fucking hard enough time just becoming consistent to win that many events. And if I get to the end of the ratings and be like, I've won now I've got to go and beat the best 5 guys in the world. It's like, oh, fuck, here we go again. It's exhausting. But on the flip side, being older, being in that situation, I would have loved it.